Hello, everybody. Grab your mug, pull up a chair, and welcome to the English Coffee Break. I'm your host, your coach, and your friend, Mr. Q. I have my dark roast coffee right here in my hand, and I am so excited to spend this time with you today. Whether you are driving to work, sitting on a train, walking your dog, or just relaxing on your sofa, thank you for inviting me into your day. Now, let me ask you a question. Has this ever happened to you? You are having a great conversation in English. You feel confident. The words are flowing. You are smiling. The other person is smiling. And then you want to say a specific word. Let's say you want to talk about a stapler for your office documents. You reach into your brain to grab the word, and it's gone. It has completely disappeared. Suddenly, your heart starts beating faster. You start sweating. You make that face. You know the face I'm talking about. The eyes looking up at the ceiling. The mouth open. And you say, The awkward silence begins. 3 seconds feel like 3 hours. The native speaker is just looking at you, waiting. You feel your confidence crashing down to zero. Finally, you just say, never mind, and you change the subject. You feel embarrassed, and you think, my English is terrible. If this sounds familiar, I want you to take a deep breath and listen to me very carefully. Your English is not terrible. You just don't have a survival strategy. Today, in episode 2, we are going to fix the dreaded awkward silence. I am going to teach you exactly what to do when your mind goes completely blank. I am going to give you the ultimate survival toolkit to keep the conversation going, even when you forget the most basic words. Take a sip of your coffee. Let's get started. I want to share a very personal story with you. A lot of my students think that because I am an English teacher, I never make mistakes. Or, I never forget words. That is hilarious. I want to tell you about a time I completely embarrassed myself in a foreign country. A few years ago, I was traveling in Japan. I had studied basic Japanese for a few months before the trip. I knew how to say hello, thank you, and order food. I felt pretty good about myself. One evening, I was in my hotel room, and I bought a bottle of wine. But the bottle had a cork, and I didn't have a corkscrew, the tool to open the wine. So, I went down to the hotel reception. There was a very polite Japanese man behind the desk. I walked up to him, confident. I wanted to ask, "Do you have a corkscrew?" But there was one massive problem. I didn't know the Japanese word for corkscrew. What did I do? I panicked. I stood there, looking at him. I said, Then, I started making weird hand gestures. I pretended to hold a bottle and made a twisting motion with my other hand, making a popping sound with my mouth. Pop! The receptionist looked at me like I was a crazy person. He thought I wanted a drink, so he pointed to the bar. It took me 5 minutes of awkward acting before he finally understood. When I went back to my room, I realized something very important. The problem wasn't that I didn't know the word corkscrew. Native speakers forget words all the time. The problem was that I didn't know how to explain what I wanted using the simple words I already knew. In English, there is a beautiful, advanced vocabulary word for this skill. It is called circumlocution. Listen to that word. Circumlocution. Circum means around, like a circle. Locution means speaking. So, circumlocution literally means speaking around the word. When you forget a word, you don't need to panic. You just need to talk around it. You describe it. You explain what it does, what it looks like, or where you put it. And to do this, you only need 2 magic words. Are you ready? Write these down if you can. The 2 magic words are thing and stuff. That's it. Thing and stuff. These 2 words will save your life in English. Let me explain the difference, because it's important. We use thing for countable nouns, objects you can touch and count. One thing, two things. A car is a thing. A pen is a thing. A corkscrew is a thing. We use stuff for uncountable nouns. Liquids, powders, materials, or just general ideas. Water is stuff. Sugar is stuff. Information is stuff. When your mind goes blank, your first step is to categorize the forgotten word. Is it a thing or is it stuff? Once you have that, you use a simple formula to describe it. I have 4 golden formulas for you today. In my opinion, traditional English classes completely fail students because they force you to memorize lists of thousands of words. But they never teach you what to do when your human memory fails. They expect you to be a robot. But we are humans. We get tired, we get stressed, and we forget. Instead of memorizing 10,000 words, I want you to master these 4 formulas. If you master these, you can explain any word in the English dictionary. Let's break them down, and then we will do our shadowing workout. Formula number 1. The function. You explain what the object does. The formula is, it's a thing used for plus verbing. For example, you forget the word scissors. You don't panic. You say, it's a thing used for cutting paper. Boom. The native speaker will immediately say, oh, scissors. Formula number 2. The appearance. You explain what it looks like. The formula is, it looks like a... Let's say you forget the word tablet or iPad. You say, it looks like a large phone, or a small computer without a keyboard. The listener immediately understands. Formula number 3. The category. You explain what group it belongs to. The formula is, it's a kind of, or it's a type of. Imagine you forget the words sparrow or eagle. You just say, it's a kind of bird. If you forget the word broccoli, you say, it's a type of green vegetable. Formula number 4. The location. You explain where you put it or where you find it. This is great for uncountable nouns. The formula is, it's the stuff you put in, or it's the stuff you use too. If you forget the word sugar, you say, it's the sweet stuff you put in your coffee. If you forget shampoo, you say, it's the stuff you use to wash your hair. Are you still with me? This is gold. This is survival English. So, when your mind goes completely blank and the awkward silence starts, don't let the panic take over. You have 4 formulas to save you. It's a thing used for. It looks like a... It's a kind of... It's the stuff you put in. Let's train your brain to do this automatically. Because if you practice now, in a safe environment while you are listening to a podcast, you will naturally use it when you are under pressure in the real world. That's how muscle memory works. Welcome to today's shadowing workout. This is not a passive lesson. I don't want you to just nod your head. I want you to speak. I want you to feel the words in your mouth and train your tongue. I am going to give you scenarios where you have forgotten a word, and we are going to use circumlocution to talk around it together. I will say each sentence. I want you to repeat exactly after me. Copy my voice. Copy my stress and my rhythm. I will leave exactly a 3-second pause for you to speak out loud. Let's build your confidence. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Let's start with the first formula. Function. Imagine you forgot the word can opener. What do? You say, it's a thing used for opening cans. It's a thing used for opening cans. Now imagine you forgot the word calculator. What do? You say, it's a thing used for math. It's a thing used for math. Let's try one more function. Imagine you forgot the word umbrella. What do? You say, it's a thing used for the rain. It's a thing used for the rain. Excellent. Stop there. Did you feel how natural that sounded? A native speaker would completely understand you. And more importantly, You didn't freeze. You kept the conversation moving forward. That is fluency. Fluency is not knowing every word. Fluency is never stopping the flow. Let's move to the second formula, appearance. Imagine you are trying to explain a tablet or an iPad, but you forgot the word. Repeat after me. It looks like a small computer. It looks like a small computer. Imagine you forgot the word avocado. How would you describe the appearance? It looks like a green fruit. It looks like a green fruit. Now, let's try the third formula, category. Imagine you forgot a specific type of car, maybe an SUV. Repeat after me. It's a kind of large car. It's a kind of large car. Imagine you forgot the word for salmon. What do? You say, it's a type of pink fish. It's a type of pink fish. Finally, let's practice the fourth formula, location, specifically using the word stuff for uncountable nouns. Imagine you forgot the word shampoo. What do? Repeat after me. It's the stuff you put in your hair. It's the stuff you put in your hair. Imagine you forgot the word laundry detergent or washing powder. What do? You say, it's the stuff you use for clothes. It's the stuff you use for clothes. Imagine you forgot the word ketchup. What do? You say, it's the red stuff you put on fries. It's the red stuff you put on fries. Wow. You are doing an incredible job. Take a deep breath. Let's pause for a second. Let that sink in. Do you realize what you just did? You just mastered a high-level communication skill. You learned how to survive. In English, we call this thinking on your feet. It means you can react quickly and solve problems when things go wrong. Because let me be honest with you, learning a language is chaotic. It is messy. It is not like a textbook where the grammar is perfect on every page. Real life is full of stress, loud noises, and pressure. You will absolutely forget words, I guarantee it. But now, you don't have to be afraid of it. I want to share one more advanced tip before we finish today's coffee break. We talked about how to explain a word using thing and stuff. But what happens in the first 2 seconds, right when your brain freezes? This is the most critical moment. This is when the awkward silence starts. When you forget a word, your natural instinct is to say, and look away. Please, stop doing that. Stop punishing yourself. When you say, you sound unsure. You lose your charisma. You lose the connection with the other person. Instead of freezing, I want you to use a filler phrase. A filler phrase is a short sentence that buys you time. It gives your brain an extra 3 or 4 seconds to think, and it keeps you sounding confident and professional. Instead of saying, and looking at the ceiling, I want you to look the person in the eye, smile slightly, and use one of these 3 phrases. Let's practice them right now. Repeat after me. How can I explain this? Is less than #0. 25# is greater than. How can I explain this? What is the word I am looking for? What is the word I am looking for? It's kind of like. Let's put it all together. Imagine you are in a meeting. You want to talk about a projector, the machine that puts the presentation on the wall, but you forget the word. Instead of panicking, you smile and say, what is the word I am looking for? It's the thing used for showing presentations on the wall. Boom! The native speaker smiles and says, oh, the projector. You smile back and say, exactly, the projector. And the conversation continues flawlessly. You didn't lose confidence. You didn't make it awkward. You communicated like a pro. My friend, you are changing the way your brain works today. You are shifting your mindset from a student who memorizes to a speaker who connects. I am incredibly proud of the work you are doing right now. As we finish our coffee break today, I have a mission for you. Your homework for this week is to practice circumlocution every day. When you look at an object in your house, don't just name it. Try to describe it using our formulas. Look at a pen and say, "It's a thing used for writing." Look at your keys and say, "It's the metal stuff you use to open the door." Play this game with yourself. It is fun, and it builds incredible muscle memory. And before I let you go, it is time for Mr. Q's question of the day. I want you to go to the comments section on YouTube or Spotify right now and tell me, what is the most embarrassing word you have ever forgotten in an English conversation? Was it something simple like apple or door? Don't be shy. We have all been there. Write it down in the comments below. I promise to read and reply to as many as I can. Also, if you want to master these survival phrases and never feel awkward again, I have created a free PDF guide just for you. It's called Mr. Q's Survival Kit, the 10 phrases to save you in any conversation. It includes all the formulas we practiced today and a checklist for your daily practice. Click the link in the description, drop your email, and I will send it to your inbox immediately. It is completely free, and it will change your life. Thank you so much for having coffee with me today. Keep speaking, don't be afraid of the awkward silence, and I will see you in the next episode. This is Mr. Q, signing off.